Hello, Jesse Good here. Today I'm reviewing a LEGO DC Superhero Girls Bumblebee's Helicopter set, which retails for $15 in the United States, has 142 pieces, and one mini doll. Now let's take a look at that mini doll. So here is Bumblebee, and I think if I was more familiar with the character, she would be one of my favorites of the line, but as it stands, it's still a very detailed figure. I love kind of the coloring on the arms, which you got like 3 different colors on there. You also got this really cool kind of cape-like attachment, which they've been using for this line, and this one has this kind of a bumblebee-like wing to it, which is translucent. Very cool. It's like a yellowish. And we also got some nice printing on the front of the figure, as well as a really cool facial print and this awesome hairpiece. That's probably my favorite part of the figure. I wish it didn't have the yellow on it, but you know, accuracy comes first, so I don't really mind it. But that is very useful. I mean, you know, it fits on regular LEGO figures. So let's try it on a minifigure. And so the hair looked most like Patty's hairpiece from the Ghostbusters Answer the Call set. So I'm like, let's try it on Patty. It looks so good, except that yellow kind of honey design. I wish they didn't have it on there. But like I said, accuracy, so it makes sense. So the builds of the set include 2 Kryptomites, Bumblebee's Helicopter, and this little storage for the Kryptomites. Now, Bumblebee's Helicopter is this really compact looking crazy vehicle. I guess it's supposed to look busy like bees. Somebody's going to post like a stupid bee movie meme in the comments. Either way, there's this little storage space in the back which holds these crystals. And this is what the Kryptomites kind of want, because if they get these crystals, they get to make more of themselves. You got, you know, the traditional kind of LEGO gem pieces, but you also get that kind of nice Power Miners one, as I call it. I know it existed before Power Miners, in a translucent lime coloring, so that's pretty cool. And those are just kind of put in these storage places on the back. You can see on the side they have some nice kind of printed and sticker details. Like, for example, this element right here is printed, but this part's stickered, so that's kind of a weird mix. And this whole kind of long string right here, which is actually one of those flexible rubbery pieces, is used to kind of harness these Kryptomites. And you do get 2 Kryptomites in this set. This guy right here has these big kind of Power Miners like crystals on the top, but this one right here just has more kind of cheese slips for the top. This one is holding on to a nice crystal and a little stud shooter, which is kind of adorable. That shoots out studs just like that. Well, this guy's holding on to this little fork, and I guess he kind of got caught onto the helicopter. Back to the helicopter, you do have this engine which you could spin around, as well as these 2 kind of propellers, which are really fun to play around with and look really wacky, and they just kind of stick out from the side slanted. They do have a detail on the top which is stickered, and this side right here is actually the same as the other side with the printed piece and the stickered piece. Both sides also have stud shooters, so you can kind of shoot those out as you'd like, and wow, that one just kind of disappeared. And then my favorite part of the whole vehicle is the cockpit. So they give you this really cool cockpit kind of windshield piece, which doesn't appear too often. And then you have a nice little part to hold Bumblebee, and how they do that is they actually have these little pieces right here, which you push up to kind of fit her in place. I like that. That's kind of clever. And she fits in there pretty well. You just kind of slide her out, and you can see on the back there are these 2 studs, but where it really keeps her in place are these 2 little kind of bracket pieces, and she just kind of slides in. So yeah, that is it for the build of this set. Very clever in its design because it looks pretty unique. But let's go on to the side builds and then the final verdict. And when I say side builds, I really mean just one, because there's only this one kind of crystal container, which I showed briefly in the beginning. And you could kind of put the crystals stolen from Bumblebee's jet inside there, but you kind of have to push them down a little bit. And that's a sticker right there, but there's really nothing else on this design. I do like the kind of design on how they built this, because it is kind of a cool little basket case. But that's really it for the builds, and let's go into the box and the final verdict. Here's the box for this set, a nice kind of $10 box size, even though it is a $14 set. And you can see the back design right there. And they also include 1 instruction booklet, which has some interesting ads on the back for the line in general. You can see them right there with those little checklists, and an ad for the website. So overall, I don't have too many complaints with this one. I mean, I like the design of the helicopter. It's something that is really unique, and you know, I like unique builds. It looks very busy, it's very compact for the price, and you do get some decent play features, you know, with the swooshability and the little propellers right here, as well as dragging the Kryptomite along with the kind of rope. The design of Bumblebee is nice too, because that's a really cool hairpiece that we could use outside of the setting, and she looks faithful to her animated counterpart, which I really like about this line, because you get all these really detailed mini dolls in general. The side build with the Kryptomite chest and the Kryptomites themselves are nice little compliments, and it's kind of cool that you get 2 of them. And so yeah, there's really nothing wrong with this set, but there's nothing that completely stands out, so I'll give this set an A. That's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later.